What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah, guys, so I just upgraded to the newest version of this mod pack. This is 1.1.13, I think. I was noticing if I hit F1, like everything's kind of dark in this view. It's kind of weird. But yeah, we don't really do first, or I guess third person view with the HUD on, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I just noticed that. Yeah, we just got the pack updated. I was trying to do some things off camera here. One of those things that I was doing is, or not that one, Enderium. I was making Enderium gears. I made 12 of these things, and I was thinking we should make a bunch of the thermal expansion machines, the resonant. We should just top tier all of these things. So I was starting to do that, and let's go back a second here. Thermal expansion, we will look at... Oh, where are they? I keep losing them. Yeah, here we go. Machine frame resonant. So you need these in order to make the top tier machines. Otherwise, you can upgrade them using pretty much the same parts. But anyway, so in order to do that, to make the machine frame, we need the Enderium gear, right? And then we need this machine frame reinforced. So it's like you upgrade the previous one to the next tier, and yeah, and so on and so forth. So we need the Signalum gear. And that's where we kind of got stuck. So the Signalum, we have 3 whole ingots. Oh no. So I was looking again, AgriCraft, and lo and behold, there is a Signalum weed, or signal weed is what it's called. So we need the copper seeds and the silver seeds. And the copper, I don't think we've made yet, so we're going to have to grow these. So red tulip and redstone. So I started to get that going over here. Got the redstone and a couple of copper. Now, one thing I did notice, though, it says this plant is fertile and can mature. This is the redstone ones, right? So if we remove that block, and I think if I place it back... Well, it didn't happen that time. I placed it back and it made this block light up. You know, like when you walk on the redstone ore or whatever. Let's see if I can get that to happen once more. It should just be like that. No, it's not doing it now. Oh, okay, if you click on it, maybe that's what I did. But now it says this plant cannot grow here. So the redstone doesn't recognize the redstone ore when it's lit up, only when it is in its normal, not glowing state. So that's just something to be aware of. I didn't know what was going on. I tried removing this and replacing it with the redstone dust block. And yeah, it turns out it was just because this was all sparkly and it doesn't like that. But anyway, so redstone seeds, the redstone plants, plus the red tulips. I'm going to do a little bit of plant mutation here. Try and get our copper seeds going on. Crops. We're not going to do this on camera. We did a lot of that last episode. I'm just going to do this real quick. Try and get the copper to the 10-10-10 stage. And then I'm going to take the copper. And what was the other one? I can't remember now. It was copper plus the silver weed. And the silver is the one that we already have, I believe. No, we have silver rose. I think we started with the silver weed. It's in here somewhere. I am... almost sure. Where are you? Silverweed. There we go. So yeah, we already got 36 of these 10-10-10, so we don't have to do that. Okay, so I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to do some crop breeding, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. So we got to the point where we have the signal weed seeds, the Signalum producing plants. Oh yeah. So I made 3 rows of these. These make the nuggets, kind of like how the Enderium seeds over here work. So yeah, we need quite a lot of those to get a decent amount of the Signalum. Under here, yeah, we got a bunch of these blocks. I've taken some time. I've actually made this stuff the regular way, and then now we'll be able to grow it with the plants and not have to worry about it. Well, at least we won't have to worry about it unless we have like a project that requires a whole lot of the stuff, which I don't think that's going to be coming up anytime soon. But yeah, so now we got those 2 thermal expansion items being made automatically, which is awesome. So I've taken some more time here. I made a bunch of Invar. We were running low on that. I don't think we're gonna make Invar seeds since we have plants that are making iron. We have plants that are making nickel, and all you gotta do is just combine the 2 together, right? So yeah, I just combined a bunch of that, smelted that up. So now we got over 1,000 ingots of Invar, which is awesome. I've taken time here and I've made a bunch of these resonant machines. So we got a redstone furnace, a pulverizer, a sawmill, induction smelter, magma crucible, fluid transposer, glacial precipitator, igneous extruder, aqueous accumulator. Is it accumulator? I don't know. Anyway, an energetic infuser. So the main reason why I want to do that is because we've been using this smelting area pretty much since the start, right? And these are pretty much all basic. This one I did make a hardened one, and I think we have one speed upgrade in there. Let's make it some more pulverized obsidian. We have one speed upgrade in there, but I'd really like to have the top end machines. I guess I did upgrade this to a resonant at some point. And we do have those in there. Okay, so I guess I didn't need to make the induction smelter. Did I make one of those? Yeah, I made another one of these. That's fine. We'll just leave this one down here. We're probably just going to leave all of this stuff alone and just start building a new smeltery room up above. But yeah, the main reason is my jetpack here. It takes 10 million RF. So if I were to stick this right here in our energetic infuser, this is a basic one. No speed upgrades. Takes quite a bit of time for this to charge up. I mean, I can walk away and go use the restroom or something like that while this does, but I'd rather have it as soon as I click it in there, it's pretty much done, right? So let's see, where is it? Where is it? The energetic infuser right here. I want to hook this thing up and see how this works. I can't remember. Well, let's just set it right here. We got power, so we'll set it right there. It'll charge up. And yeah, with the resonant one, it holds a lot more power than the basic one, for one thing. But then we have these augments in there that we can... I can't remember what the augments do, so let's check that out. I don't know if we do like a speed upgrade in there. Let's see. Processing speed. Specialization. Batch size for the igneous extruder. Dynamo stuff. Processing speed. Yeah, I don't really know what else we could put in there. Maybe it's just processing speed. It'll just make it go that much faster. But anyway, let's just try putting in our resonant jetpack into this guy without any upgrades. And that is going significantly faster. It's still not quite as fast as I would like. So I think I'm going to play around and see if I can get some augments in this thing. Even if it uses more power than whatever, I'd rather this thing go faster. So I don't know if it'd be processing speed that we would need, or yeah, I guess it'd have to be this one if it's any of them. So I'll make these 3 augments. I'll stick it in here. If it doesn't really make any difference, we'll just use those for like the redstone furnace or the pulverizer or whatever. But yeah, okay. So let me do some things off camera here, guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I put the processing speeds in the energetic infuser. It didn't really seem like it made much difference, but I ended up moving our fisher from over there. I put it over here on this one unused platform since we weren't really using it for much and this thing wasn't really set up in a permanent spot. I do want that platform over there to be like our smeltery area or whatever, or processing kind of stuff. So yeah, I moved it over here. And I did notice that this fisher has been updated, like it can fish new things, so I got a bigger chest for it. It turns out, since I updated the pack, we are now able to fish, I guess, a whole bunch of different Pam's Harvest Craft type of fish. Before the update, it was only doing the vanilla, like the regular raw fish and the puffer fish and salmon. But yeah, now we're getting all these other ones. So I was checking out the recipes for these. Let's see, uses. Oh, actually, I guess I didn't check it all for all of them. So a raw jellyfish can turn into a slime ball. That's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Maybe I should check it out for all of these. I know I saw that some of those can turn into like a regular raw fish just by putting it into the crafting grid. I guess that is not one of them. So we can make some California rolls and fish dinners. I saw you can also make fish... Wait, what was that? Oh, that's just saying that that can be used in place for all these different ones. You can also make fish sticks, which sounds kind of cool, I guess. Fish trap bait. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, so the raw fish in the crafting grid turns into a regular raw fish. I guess the raw bass. So yeah, there's a few of those that do that. So now that's interesting. The raw jellyfish. Now I want to check all of these other ones and see what those turn into, if anything different. So what is that? That is a raw octopus. We can turn it into an octopus. Oh, that's just the tentacle when you cook it. I see. Huh. Interesting. Raw tuna, has that got anything special? California roll, fish dinners, like the same food items. So I guess it's just, oops. I guess it is just this raw jellyfish that is unique. Catfish. So let's check that one out. Well, this will be our last one. Yeah, nothing else special there. Okay, so yeah, that's the only new thing that I saw with the fishers, that we can get these Pam's Harvest Craft fish, which is kind of cool. We've gotten 7 name tags, which is pretty awesome. That's a really great enchanted book here if you wanted to put an enchantment on a vanilla sword. Sharpness 4 and Fortune 3. Well, actually, I guess the Fortune, that would be for a pick, wouldn't it be? Okay, so I was thinking that was looting. Never mind. So that would be a good one for a sword. For just the Fortune, or I guess a pick, I mean, for the Fortune 3. Yeah, and Brittle 3 on this book. I'm not sure what brittle means. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go through and check out all the different enchantments that are added through the mods. So, this area over here, I've removed the fisher, like I said, and I started laying out some things. Our cobblestone production over here is dropping significantly down. I did add the cyclic assembler. I don't remember if I talked about that before or not, but just this one auto packager is not enough to keep up with the amount that this igneous extruder back here is doing. This is making a stack at a time, and this auto packager just can't keep up with it. So I did add the cyclic assembler. Once we get low on our cobblestone supply here, once this runs out, I am going to move this guy down here and remove this auto packager. So we're just going to go straight from the igneous extruder into this thing, and that's going to feed our cobblestone production down here. We did get all the way down to 1 septuple compressed cobblestone. How much is that? That is 4,782,000 pieces of cobblestone in one block. That is ridiculous. So we are 1/7 of the way to an octuple compressed cobblestone, which is pretty cool. We're not really in a race for anything right now, and even our book doesn't say that we need that stuff. But yeah, I just figured we should set this up and get it going. So I did lay out those thermal expansion machines in kind of a way that I think makes the most sense. Right here we have our pulverizer and our furnace right next to each other. So we put raw ores in there or whatever. They get pulverized and they immediately go into the furnace. Makes sense to me. Induction smelter really doesn't have... It has uses, but it doesn't really have like a thing where you want to pulverize an induction smelt immediately. There are some uses for that, but not really. Most of the time, like I would just be putting crushed obsidian and lead to make the hardened glass and other things like that. So that's kind of off by itself. And then over here we have our magma crucible and fluid transposer. Those usually go hand in hand. Like you want to melt ender pearls and then fill up tesseracts or whatever like that. All of these machines I did put in the upgrades, so they are the fastest possible. And these stone blocks, by the way, those are just there because I wanted these machines at eye level. So those are just kind of there so I could set stuff on. I'll probably run either the power underneath here. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. I'm going to have the power underneath there, and we will use like covers or something just so you don't see the power cables. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up doing. But these machines are all going to be manual. Like, I will place stuff in them. This is not going to be set up for automation through applied energistics or any of that. And then over here, I kind of wanted it in an easy-to-access spot, the energetic infusers, so we can charge up our jetpack or our resonant flux capacitor pretty quickly. So I put that on the inside, and then these are kind of like the other machines that we have that don't really have a lot of uses. Igneous extruder, we could make obsidian, so I'll have to figure out a way to get water and lava into this machine. Cobblestone we really don't need, smoothstone we don't need, so yeah, this is probably only going to be making obsidian only. Sawmill we haven't had too much use for, but I figured we should make one of those anyway. And then the glacial precipitator, if we need ice, snow, or snowballs, that will be available for us as well. We do have this aqueous accumulator. This is the resonant one. I don't know if that makes water. No, it doesn't. Okay. I wasn't sure if the resonant one made water much quicker from just the air around it or not, but doesn't appear to. It does have a larger tank. Can hold 32 buckets worth of fluid. And I have, oh, you know what? I didn't put any augments in there. I wonder. Let's put those in there and see if that goes faster. This one, and that one. Now is it making water much faster? Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that would work or not, but I guess they do. Okay, so that's cool. So without the water source blocks next to it, it just generates water really quickly with these upgrades, but these say that it uses more power, but this machine doesn't use power at all, so that doesn't matter. Awesome. So I wonder if I can put in, like if I remove some of these other ones, if I can put in some more of those guys and make it go yet faster still. I guess it's not really a big deal. Water doesn't really matter. There's other ways to generate water much quicker than this guy, but that's just, you know, free water from one block just being pushed out. You don't need like one of these transfer node liquids or anything like that. Anyway, so this is the way the machines are set up. I am going to start hooking up power wires to these things and getting them hooked up so we can have our ore production stuff up here. Also, I would like to set up our smeltery, and I'm not sure where we're going to put it. I was almost thinking it would make sense to stick it right in the very center here, but that might be in the way as well. I don't know. I'll play around with some different ideas with that. But yep, I just wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at, and I'm going to continue working on this, and we'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, so I got the power hooked up underneath here. It looks exactly the same, I know. We have resonant, what is it, flux ducts under there? The top tier ones. I think they do like 8,000 RF a tick. I don't know. Let's pop down here in the center and show you. So we just have one tesseract here in the center, and they go into these resonant flux ducts, and those go up underneath that very first machine, and then they go all the way across as far as they need to go. So yep, that was pretty easy to get that all wired up, and we were just using those structural covers, the structural ducts. I can't remember what those are called. Structural. These guys right here, the structural duct. That's what they're called. So yeah, you just put one of these with whatever block you want, and you make those little covers, and you just put those covers on top of any of the thermodynamic pipes. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So we got all these machines powered. I was kind of curious how fast this would go. I have this set up so it'll output to the furnace over here, and this will accept. So let's put in a stack of 10. We're actually running low on this stuff. So that goes decently quickly. That is way better than what we were using before. It does use a decent amount of power, but we have lots of power in reserve here. It's not even touching this. If anything, it's touching the stuff that's still in the solar panels. Yeah, it is using some of that. And that power is kind of going down, but yeah, we need to get off these solar panels, I think, or at least augment the amount of power that we're receiving from these with the compression dynamo. I also hooked up a aqueous accumulator back here. This was just like a basic one that we had extra. I think it was the one that was underneath the farm that was running the sprinklers that we removed. But anyway, that is putting water into this thing just by being on the back there and outputting through the orange. But yeah, I like to have these hooked up to produce more power to go into our power storage over here. I was kind of hoping that this mod pack would have a power storage not necessarily as crazy as the one that we used in Feed the Beast Infinity. Yeah, we don't really need trillions of RF storage, but some kind of like a capacitor bank like Ender IO or something that we could store, I don't know, a couple million or maybe a billion RF. Just have like one big central location, but I think these are our best option right now. How much is that? That's 50 million RF. Yeah, we just have to set up a few of these, and that'll be our main power storage. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to do, since we're going to be hooking up a smeltery here, we need grout. And in order to get grout, we need clay. Clay's also been used in a few other recipes, and it's always kind of a pain to have to manually put dust into a barrel and all that stuff. I would like to set up a machine to make clay for us. And this is something I thought about doing a long time ago. Never got around to it. So let's see if we can do it now. I think we will just, oh, actually I wanted that over one more. Let's just set it up right here. This will be where the clay outputs into. Then we will need one of these guys. We will need an oak barrel right there. And we need a hopper right like that. Actually, do I want it like that, or should I just make it one tall thing? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. I can mess around with this. Let's just see if this is actually going to work, and we'll put a barrel right. Oops, I don't want it facing that way. Not that it matters, but... Oh, did it go in here? Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get that facing forward. Go down a little bit more. There we go. So yeah, we'll put our dust in there. It should go down to the hopper into this oak barrel, and then that will be pulled out from the barrel once it's turned into clay into this hopper and go right here. That's the idea anyway. So I suppose since we have it like that, we can put the aqueous accumulator on front and then have the output into the back, so that fills up this thing full of water. All right, did I put the augments? Yeah, this one's augmented. Okay, so we need to get some dust. I don't remember if I have much down below. Let's see. Yes, I got 20 stacks of dust. That's actually quite a lot. We will take that many and stick it into our barrel, and then that should make clay automatically for us. Let's see, where are we? I am lost. Here we are. So double click that right in there, and that should filter down. Oh yeah, there we go. Awesome. So now we're automatically making clay, no clicking required. That is awesome. That's something that I wanted to do a long time ago. Now we got it done. Very cool. Okay, so yeah, I think it'll slow down once this thing, yeah, this has run out of water. It was going pretty quickly because this has 32 buckets of reserved water in it. So yeah, that will slow down. We can speed that up by putting some water source blocks next to the aqueous accumulator. Another thing we should do is set up one of these guys, kind of like in a pool such as this, underneath the fissure. I don't know if putting an aqueous accumulator underneath the fissure would make this thing stop working or not. If it needs nice source blocks or just the ring around. Anyway, I want to have an aqueous accumulator in a pool such as this on a tesseract so we can wirelessly pipe water around from that. I think that'll be a cool idea. I guess I should first of all see if we can put an aqueous accumulator underneath the fissure, if that'll stop the fissure from working. If it won't, that would be pretty good. Just kind of hide it in this thing. So let's see. Actually, I guess we can just put a block there underneath the fissure and see if that stops it from working. No, it looks like... No, okay, it did stop it from working. Okay, I was going to say, no, it looks like it's going to continue to work. Nope. So we can't do that. So I'll have to set up a specific spot purposely for an aqueous accumulator to suck water and push on to its own applied energistics channel. So let me get to that and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I made some changes here. I'm using a better barrel with a hopper upgrade. So I've never done that before. It was kind of confusing in how that works. So basically, you need a better barrel, then you have to make a hopper upgrade, and you also need the structural MK1 upgrade. So you need one of those so you can place some kind of a add-on for the barrel. So you put that on, then you put the hopper upgrade. But then after that, you have to put on these hopper facades. And each one of those hopper facades allows like an output for the barrel. So I put one on the bottom. It is like impossible to see. Let me see if I can make another barrel. Let's do this together so you guys can see this process, since it is kind of a strange thing. So we need the MK1 and then we need a hopper upgrade. So we'll make one of those as well. Okay, so let's just stick this right next to it. So there's the barrel, okay, and then you put the structural upgrade. You have to shift right click that on there, shift right click the hopper upgrade, and then you put the hopper facades on there. So you can put an output here, an output here. You can put an output on the top. Unfortunately, I wanted this thing so it would push the items out, or I'm sorry, it would suck the items in like a regular hopper. A hopper draws items in from the top and pushes them out through the bottom. This only ejects items. So yeah, we had to use like some kind of a pipe or whatever to pull the items out of the clay barrel there. But that's how that works. Any of those outputs it will output the items that are in that barrel. So that's kind of cool. So the way this is set up, this is automatically outputting the clay into the oak barrel here. We're getting water from our tesseract that's being pushed into here, and then we're just pulling that out through a impulse item duct with a resonant servo. That's probably overkill. Probably just a regular hopper would work really, into the output barrel down here. So you can see we're making clay pretty quickly. And then I put our aqueous accumulator over here with some water source blocks on either side, and I have the tesseract directly below this guy. We might move this, I don't know. I just kind of felt like that was a decent location for it for now. We'll see. This might be in the way. That's also something I could just stick, underneath in one of the little pyramid sections in any of these guys, really. But yeah, I just figured we would stick it right here. So yeah, our area here is coming along pretty well. We now have a lot of clay that I can use to make the grout. So that is the next step. I'm going to make a bunch of grout, and then we will look at putting a smeltery in here. Alright guys, so I've been at this for a little bit now, trying to figure out how we're going to put the smeltery in, and we sunk it into the floor. That's right guys, so we don't have the big, crazy smeltery structure in your face. You just walk in, and if you want to drop something in the smeltery, you can just drop it in there. But if you want to do anything with your smelted stuff, you do have to go down below and use the drains and stuff. So we had a couple of options. We could either have installed a ladder, which is never really fun to try and navigate to get down the 1x1 hole and then go down and stuff, or we could do stairs. Now, I could probably change this so it's a 1 by whatever stair. It's only 1 wide instead of 3 wide. I chose to do 3 wide just because it kind of matched with this design here, but I don't know if I'm completely sold on this. So let me know what you guys think about having stairs like that. Another thing is, like, if we were down here and we wanted to go up to the deep dark, we'd go this way, and we fall down. So we'd have to be mindful of that too. It's kind of in the way. Maybe another idea would be put it back here, so it's not really in the path to go up to these other places. I don't know. But this is what I came up with. Let me know what you guys think. But to get to where we need to do, we go down the stairs, and then we can get to the smeltery here. We have access to all that, all the stuff that we put in there. We could just drop stuff in here, just like so. Does that render if the smeltery isn't on? I guess it doesn't. Yeah, we need to put lava. I'm trying to right click on that thing. We need to put lava in there before this will work completely, I am pretty sure. So another thing, you can drop things directly into the smeltery. So you can do that, and it goes right into the smeltery controller. I believe it picks it up. Yeah, see the entities disappear. So we can walk in here and just throw things in there to be smelted. And we come down here, and yeah, they are right where they're supposed to be. So that's pretty cool. I might leave this thing open on the top. I still haven't decided just yet. Maybe we'll do like some kind of a covering. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the way that's set up. And then I decided to put in a couple of casting tables here. One for us to manually do something, like if we only want to make one gear, or I don't know, whatever. We can just right click on this guy and it'll make it. Otherwise, I set up these hardened fluid ducts to pull out of the smeltery drain. You can pull out of the side that doesn't have the little dot, so you don't need to use the dot. So we have that pulling out of here, and then that will go into a casting table, say if we wanted to make 20 gears or whatever. So that is why this is set up that way. Same thing for the casting basins over here. If we wanted to make a bunch of, I don't know, Invar or some other type of a metal, or I guess, if we melted down a bunch of iron ore or whatnot, yeah, this would be what that's for. So we can just flip the little lever, and now it's in automatic mode. So underneath these casting basins, I have also installed some impulse item ducts. So they have, what are these, resonant servos on them, always active. So no matter what goes in, the automatic one or the click it yourself, the do it yourself one, when the item hardens, it'll be pulled out from the casting basin, and they all end up in this chest. Same thing from these casting tables. Those are all set up the same way, so no matter what you do, it automatically gets pulled out and put into this chest for you, so you know it's done. I think that's a pretty cool idea, and yeah, that's what we went with here. So, smeltery is done. I'm still trying to figure out if this is how we want to set up permanently with the stairs or whatnot. but the bottom side of it, where the actual business happens, I like the way that's set up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have any ideas if we should go with the ladder or some other design. Unfortunately, I don't believe there are those elevator blocks, which would be perfect for this. Just to, you know, shift and warp down. I don't think elevator blocks are in here, unfortunately. No, they are not. I would really like those. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, let me know what you think about the smeltery and all that stuff down below. Like I said 4 times now, I think. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. Thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.